just gonna go live in this house and spank my monkey for the rest of my life.
Hey, Clee Bear. Hey, girl. How's your underwear? The color, the kind, the cut that's on your butt. You make me want to bust a nut. Little Miss Crazy Eyes. I wouldn't mind sitting between your thighs. Work your hips back and forth. Blah, blah, blah. Just check the grams. Hey, Farkles. Are you related to Santa Titties the Ho Ho Ho, or is that just like, yo, sisters? I don't think you're related. Maybe you are. You want one of those? Oh, little baby. Is there a boy or a girl? I can't really tell. I'm kind of thinking girl, but I could be wrong. She got a man, or is that a happy little accident? The universe has a plan, says Teddy Pape Petit. I would disagree. I mean, maybe it depends on what you do, which destiny you unlock. But then it's like, well, if that's the case, then so much for the plan. You know, like Katie Boo, for example. Until I see proof of life, I'm assuming she's stupid. So that's what, she fulfilled her destiny? I don't know. There's more to this life than we know, to this world, this reality. Plus, I guess, the whole worlds within worlds, and particles can be at two different places at the same time, and all that. I discovered a way that I could stay in my house. I'll just pay off my mortgage, either in full if I win the lottery, or I can pay it off in 10 years, approximately, maybe plus or minus, if I just don't spend any money. So I could go live with my parents, pay my mortgage every month, but I won't be using any electricity or anything like that. And I'll just live with my parents for 10 years. Save all my money and pay off my mortgage in full in 10 years. Because I'll be paying it down, monthly, so I haven't done the math exactly, but maybe 9 years or whatever. Pretty good plan, huh? So, and I'll swing by here once a week just to check on things. Turn the faucets on. During the summer and whatnot. Well, basically summer, spring, and fall. I could just turn the, air conditioning off. So it'd be hot in here, but in the the winter, I'd have to set the thermostat at like 40 degrees so the pipes didn't freeze in the house. They won't freeze, underground, because I think it's anything, it's like they're 3 feet under the ground and it stays, a constant like 55 degrees or some shit. Year round. But in the house, the water and the pipes will freeze. there's the whole, turn them on a little bit so the water's moving, but obviously I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to waste that precious water. And, the pump would, be pumping it out of the ground using electricity, so. But anyway. That whole mortgage goes up, year after year. Just pay off my mortgage. Woo hoo hoo! Woo hoo hoo! Woo hoo hoo! Or you and I could just get married. I don't know where you get your money from, but yes, that's all I got to say, baby. Yeah. Zippity doo da zippity day, me oh my, what a wonderful day. Oh, look at the cute little baby. A goo goo. A gaga. A goo goo. A gaga. I remember that. I think I put it in the funny shit. Or no, it was in ASMR. I did that for that dead ass piece of shit, Katie Boo. They probably did when they found her. Because rigor mortis sets in pretty quick, So they probably did just like fold her over in half so she was smaller. And, or maybe they kind of rolled her up in a ball like the fetal position. And they probably did. They probably just put her in a garbage sack and threw her in the dumpster. Wonder how she did it. OD on pills. I wonder if she took her dog Cindy out with her too. Dumb bitch. She let everybody down. She disappointed everybody. All of her family, her friends, the dunce. That cute little video that they made, All for naught. Because she's a stupid little pussy. Was. Who had, head issues and suffered from depression and anxiety and shit, Well, that's just wonderful. Fuck, no, the world won't miss her. The world's a better place without her. She brought nothing to the table. She was nothing to nobody, Couldn't hold down a man. She was nobody for nobody. And now nobody will ever be anybody for her because she took herself out of the picture. Because she's a fucking problem solver. An outside the box thinker. One day, you think everything's perfectly fine. And all of a sudden, it's not. Because she's a dumb bitch. Good riddance. Everybody who ever knew her. Yeah. Anyway. So Katie Boo, if you and I, if you want to do the marriage thing, let me marry Farkles for a bit so I can stay married long enough so I can divorce her and take half her shit. I know she probably heard me just say that, but whatever. She'll probably want a baby. I don't want to fuck with that. It complicates things. Oh my God, I think I'm having a heart attack. Somebody wipe my eyes. I want to take my top off for skin-on-skin contact. Farkles, are you sure that's wise? You shouldn't do that. Even though your titties are fake. You know, just... Whoa, hey, calm down. Sports bra, yes. Completely topless? What the fuck? It just doesn't seem right. Because you know, it just doesn't. I mean, unless if you were breastfeeding, you know, then fine. But even then, it's like, what are you, a fucking, you know, Southern African tribeswoman? Why don't you put it in the pump or whatever, you know, and then feed, you know, with the bottle. Because it's natural. With the little baby's mouth, you know, suckling on your teat, you know, the nipple. I mean, okay, fine. Okay. You know? And I don't mean that like in a sexual way. I mean that like in a maternal way. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, whatever. You know, that's what you want to do. But... anyway. So I gotta say, goo goo gaga gaga, goo goo gaga, sleeping little babies. They sleep a lot, I think, when they're first young. Little babies, little sleepy baby. Goo goo gaga. Does she got a man or is she a whore? Was that little baby a happy little accident? Oh, isn't that cute? Somebody's an irresponsible fucker. You think, you know, if she had a man, you'd think she'd include him, you know, occasionally in a picture or two. You know? Wow. What an irresponsible fucking whore. Hey, little baby don't have a papa bear. Probably doesn't even know who the fuck he is. Is his name Raul? And he lives in Venezuela? He took off like I could tell a somewhat Rui Ayakis joke right now, but I won't. He took off like a guy with little stringy hair running from the tax man. What are you eating grasshoppers for, boy? Because it's the last list that's kosher. It's the last food. Yeah. I hear grasshoppers have the kind of the same taste and texture of shrimp. I've never eaten grasshoppers. I've never eaten bugs. I'm not above it. I think grasshoppers would be pretty good. I'd probably like them. You know, if they were cooked right. Season them. No, I'm being serious. But I have never eaten bugs. No, I have not. I hear they're a good source of protein. But just like everything else, you know, it's like, can you eat raw grasshoppers? Well, then you need to cook them, you know. Do you cook the whole damn things, or do you pull the head off and the guts come out with it, you know, and put it on like a piece of grass, you know, and cook it on the fire? I'd do it. Wouldn't eat worms. Would that, like, not, you know, like, yuck, but No, I saw on a show they like boiled them in oil, right? So they were like all crispy. No, you couldn't get me to eat a worm. But I'd eat grasshoppers. Anyway. Now if what's her name is listening in Bob's? Yeah, Bob's. Because she's Jewish. She's probably offended. Are you saying we eat bugs? Whatever. Apparently so. I saw it on a TV show. You know, kosher food, it's like the foods that were like given the thumbs up from the rabbi or something like that. I don't know why that's even a thing, but I mean, I guess I could be wrong, but yeah, grasshoppers are on the list. They're an acceptable food. I guess pork is not. Whoa, bummer. Because pork be good. But if I were a Jew, I'd eat pork. But it isn't Jew. It is. They're like, no, I need to be careful because, you know, fascist too will be like, you know. But I think Jewish isn't just a religion. It's like they're an actual people, you know. Kind of like Asian, you know, black, Mexican, white, Asian, you know, Native American, Indian, you know, whatever. So if I were Jewish, I'd be like, yeah, technically I'm Jewish. No, literally, I'm just a bad one. Oh, I love pork. Oh, fuck yeah. Woo, eat it all the time. So, hey, I didn't make the rules. They ain't my rules. So, anyway.